thing then. And Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
You're
Krishna.
going to chant some japa first, Mataji?
We can.
Yes, I still have japa to do. Also, it's becoming like our formula. We chant some japa, and then we have some bhajan, and then we read.
This is the temple of the internet.
Yes.
This is our morning, evening combined timeless program.
Yes. Whenever you are fixed times, and so we try to be there. I try to be there at this time at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's for me 4 o'clock in the afternoon. For you, it's in the morning.
I have a japa here with Prabhupada. I can put it softly, you think?
Oh, that's nice on the background, yes.
Softly.
No, Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasthaya, Bhutale, Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharini Nivese Sunyavadi Pascharya Sitarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Trinatapi Sunichena Antarapi Sahasranam Avanina Manadena Kirtanya Sada Hari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Jai Shri Prabhupada Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासुदेव गौर भक्तवृंद, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे हरे, कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, 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 राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे हरे. Can I finish this round, Manaji, or you want to read?
Hare Krishna. You want to finish?
I can finish, okay. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Jai
Haribo.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Nice.
So,
Chapter 3.
yes, we're going to have some bhajan, or
Oh, yeah. I always forget.
going to sing.
We're in a pattern. I do this every day. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
So, pattern is I chant and then.
Yes.
All right.
And we got the mridanga going.
Same pattern on Madranga also. Tip tap, tip tap.
Tick tock.
Is the sound all right? Sometimes the drum makes the microphone do funny things.
I think it's okay.
There we go. There we go. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayam Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parabhajapachari Hasta Sarasata Shishi Bhadas Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam shreyakairavachandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jivanam Anandam buddhivardhanam प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वाधनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णा संकीर्तनम् नाम नामकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमत स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवं ईदृशम् इहाजनीनानुरागः त्रिनातपि सुनीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरि ना धनं ना जनं ना सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये। मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि। अयि नन्दतनूज किङ्करं पतितं मां विस्मे भवाम्बुध। कृपया तव पादपङ्कज स्थितधूलिसदृशीं विचिन्तयाम्। नयनं गलत् अश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा। पुलकनिचितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति। युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रविशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्द विरहेण मे। आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनास्तु माम् अदर्शनां मम हतां करोतु वा। यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पतो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापराम्। यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पतो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापराम्। मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापराम्. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to all living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have infested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nand, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs on my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. प्रभु प्रभु रसिक शास्त्र श्लोक यही पढ़े सुने कृष्ण प्रेम भक्ति तार बाढ़े दीने दीने. If anyone recites or hears these 8 verses of instruction by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his ecstatic love and devotion for Krishna increase day by day. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela, chapter 20, verse 65. The most merciful incarnation of Lord Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Sri Sikshastakam ki Jai. God Premanande Hari
Sri
Hari Bol.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Sri Chaitanya.
Nityananda. Shri Advaita Sita. Hari Guru Vaishnava. Bhagavad
Krishna.
Gita.
Hare Krishna. Please,
Be
please, give us
merciful
your
unto
mercy.
us.
Please give us your mercy.
Please, Lord Chaitanya, give us a drop of your
Nityananda. Hare. Hare Krishna.
mercy. Chapter 3, Mataji.
Okay, chapter 3, Bhagavad Gita.
Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
It's all Lord Chaitanya's mercy. When Krishna originally spoke Bhagavad Gita, he demanded that you surrender to me. But then when he appears as Lord Chaitanya, he's just giving out the mercy. Whether you surrender or not, take some mercy.
Yes.
So it's all Lord Chaitanya. Even approaching this Bhagavad Gita,
yes,
Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Just take this Bhagavad Gita.
It says, chant Hare Krishna.
Yes. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Most magnanimous in avatar.
Just flooding the world with Krishna.
He makes it so easy, in fact, to come to Krishna consciousness.
Even people don't have really complete idea of what's actually going on. It doesn't matter. They become swept away. Even they don't really grasp so much. Just the ocean is in, the tide is in, and whoosh.
Such a wonderful process Lord Chaitanya has given. Anyone can take part. Yes, anyone.
Yeah, and the demons pop up too that have
yes.
Full manifestation of Krishna's mercy. Chapter 3, Karma Yoga.
Yes.
Text 1.
Text 1.
Arjuna Uvacha. Jayas si chet karma naste atak budhir janardana tat kim karmani gorimam niyojayasi keshava. Translation. Arjuna said, O Janardana, O Keshava, why do you urge me to engage in this ghastly warfare? If you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work. Purport. Oh, it's gone off the page here. Hold on. There we go. Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, has very elaborately described the constitution of the soul in the previous chapter, with a view to deliver his intimate friend Arjuna from the ocean of material grief. and the path of realization has been recommended: Buddha Yoga, or Krishna consciousness. Sometimes Krishna consciousness is understood to be inertia, and one with such a misunderstanding often withdraws to a secluded place to become fully Krishna conscious by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. But without being trained in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, it is not advisable to chant the holy name of Krishna in a secluded place where one may acquire only cheap adoration from the innocent public. Arjuna also thought of Krishna consciousness, or Buddha Yoga, or intelligence in spiritual advancement of knowledge, as something like retirement from active life and the practice of penance and austerity at a secluded place. In other words, he wanted to skillfully avoid the fighting by using Krishna consciousness as an excuse. But as a sincere student, he placed the matter before his master and questioned Krishna as to his best course of action. In answer, Lord Krishna elaborately explained karma yoga, or work, in Krishna consciousness in this 3rd chapter. Yeah, this is really, really an important point.
Yes.
We were talking about that inactivity the other day.
Yes.
And how it's an excuse not to do something, then it's inactivity.
Yes.
And it's sinful.
It's sinful. Inaction is sinful. If it is an excuse to not do when you should be acting, abstaining from action becomes sinful.
Yeah, how to avoid the duty. Well, I'll just go off by myself and I'll become Krishna conscious. I'll just chant. And don't think that I haven't gone through that in my own soul searching, because I'm really not doing anything else right now except hearing and chanting. And so this is, oh Krishna, am I avoiding a duty that I should be doing? Am I doing the wrong thing? Am I actually acting sinfully? Am I shirking my duties? So don't think this question comes up and I ask, but I'm seeing here, Prabhupada gives the little explanation here of, without being trained in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, it's not advisable to.
Yeah.
So I have to look and say, well, no, I am trained and I have been active. And actually now I can't be so active. My body doesn't allow for it.
Yes,
So in a very natural way, this is my action now. This is my activity in a very natural way. Yeah. And someone who may retire to a secluded place to avoid being active may find fault with those who are being very active. Say, oh, they're not really Krishna conscious, because Krishna consciousness means going off by yourself and just.
But on the other hand, Mataji, even though you have decided to only engage in Shravan Kirtan, because you found this way of sharing it on internet, you're also preaching at the same time. And Krishna says no one is more dear to him than he who preaches his message, to others. So you may think that you have withdrawn from action, but you are acting because you set up this forum, which is like your preaching medium. You can't go and stay in the street and distribute books whole day. So this is like another way of continuing your preaching.
Hare Krishna. Yes, thank you. I'm about as successful doing this as I was distributing books.
Don't worry. You don't know when, where, some fortunate soul will come upon, this humble renderings and be inspired to read Srila Prabhupada's books, and their lives can become perfect and sublime.
Yeah, if I find even one, I'm like,
if only one person will come to Krishna consciousness and take it seriously, your whole mission, your whole life will be sublime. Srila Prabhupada, the pure devotees, they think like that. If only one person could become a pure devotee, by following these instructions of Lord Krishna, which they try to give in so many ways, then they consider their life
Hare Krishna.
worthwhile. So
Fortunate.
if we can take,
Finding one
get even
person.
one, we don't have. I myself, I think we're far fallen. But if one person becomes inspired to take up Krishna consciousness and remains in Krishna consciousness whole life, that's good enough.
Mm. Mm. It's
So,
tricky. It's very tricky. One newer devotee said to me, I can see you're not very advanced because you don't have any following.
okay. No, I think main objective of us doing this is to train ourselves to remember Krishna always, and especially at the time of death.
Well, it may
So,
be that I'm not very advanced. They may be right about that, but
yeah,
that's
but
not the criteria.
no, no, right. It's just also not the purpose. Advance, you can be advanced in different ways. What counts is purity. How pure are you becoming, how purified you becoming, and how pure, that's the essence, isn't it? Pure, that you purely call out Krishna's names. If you only once can chant Krishna's names purely, you become liberated. So
Yes,
when will we
spiritual master,
reach that
please.
condition in which we can chant completely free from offenses, without having, just call out to Krishna and nothing else, with no preset mind condition or any expectation, just purely, just surrender to Krishna and call out to him, Krishna. you know.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Uh,
Everyone's serving Krishna in one way or another.
yes,
Unavoidable. What the pure devotee thinks, everyone's serving Krishna, but I'm
except me.
not. Yeah, I know. And everyone else is. They're all serving. What
Yes.
am I doing? I'm not doing anything. So useless. The pure devotee thinks like that. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada. Yeah. I was reading in another purport in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in that little section where Prabhupada explains the Acharya. He presents himself and thinks of himself as very, very humble, most humble servitor. But the disciples, they have to see the Acharya as being a representative of Krishna.
Yes.
But the Acharya doesn't think of himself that way. He thinks he's just a humble servitor. So there's so much discussed in there that's really, really deep. Okay, text 2. Hare Krishna. If we get too far off, Krishna will chastise and get the foot in the face.
Yes.
Please, I hope. All right, text 2. Via misreneva vakina budhim moyaya shivame tadikam vada nishchicha yena shreyoham apnuyan. My intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions. Therefore, please tell me decisively what is most beneficial for me. Purport. In the previous chapter, as a prelude to the Bhagavad Gita, many different paths were explained, such as Sankhya Yoga, Buddha Yoga, control of the senses by intelligence, work without fruit of desire, and the position of the neophyte. This was all presented unsystematically. A more organized outline of the path would be necessary for action and understanding. Arjuna therefore wanted to clear up these apparently confusing matters so that any common man could accept them without misinterpretation. Although Krishna had no intention of confusing Arjuna by any jugglery of words, Arjuna could not follow the process of Krishna consciousness, either by inertia or active service. In other words, By his questions, he is clearing the path of Krishna consciousness for all students who seriously want to understand the mystery of the Bhagavad Gita. Text 3. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Lokesmin tvi vidhanishta pura prokta mayanaga yana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. The Blessed Lord said, O sinless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are two classes of men who realize the self. Some are inclined to understand him by empirical, philosophical speculation, and others are inclined to know him by devotional work. Purport. In the second chapter, verse 39, the Lord explained two kinds of procedures, namely Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga, or Buddha Yoga. In this verse, the Lord explains the same more clearly. Sankhya Yoga, or the analytical study of the nature of spirit and matter, is the subject matter for persons who are inclined to speculate and understand things by experimental knowledge and philosophy. The other class of men work in Krishna consciousness, as is explained in the 61st verse of the second chapter. The Lord has explained also in the 39th verse that by working by the principles of Buddha Yoga or Krishna consciousness, one can be relieved from the bonds of action. And furthermore, there is no flaw in the process. The same principle is more clearly explained in the 61st verse, that this Buddha Yoga is to depend entirely on the Supreme, or more specifically, on Krishna. And in this way, all the senses can be brought under control very easily. Hare Krishna. I lost my place. Okay. Therefore, both the yogis are interdependent as religion and philosophy. Religion without philosophy is sentiment, or sometimes fanaticism, while philosophy without religion is mental speculation. The ultimate goal is Krishna, because the philosophers who are also sincerely searching after the absolute truth come in the end to Krishna consciousness. That is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita. The whole process is to understand the real position of the self in relation to the super-self. The indirect process is philosophical speculation, by which gradually one may come to the point of Krishna consciousness. And the other process is directly connecting with everything in Krishna consciousness. Of these two, the path of Krishna consciousness is better because it does not depend on purifying the senses by a philosophical process. Krishna consciousness is itself the purifying process, and by the direct method of devotional service, it is simultaneously easy and sublime. Text 4. Na karmanam anaramban, naiskarmyam purushošnute, na cha sanyasanadeva, siddhim samadhigacchati. Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. Purport. The renounced order of life can, Hare Krishna. Remember when we read that about the inactivity a few days ago? And then we had some questions and we were trying to, and we came to the conclusion about what inactivity was. And then again, today there was a little more discussion.
Yeah.
And I said, I bet you later on,
It will come up again.
now it's like one verse after another, going
Yes.
into great detail about what this inactivity is. Oh, Krishna.
So,
Maybe I can't take any credit for that because I have read the Gita. Maybe
you
I
know that it's
know.
coming.
No. Krishna. Govinda. Purport. The, the renounced order. Okay. Hare Krishna. Govinda. The renounced order of life can be accepted upon being purified by the discharge of the prescribed form of duties, which are laid down just to purify the heart of materialistic men. Without purification, one cannot attain success by abruptly adopting the fourth order of life, sannyas. According to the empirical philosophers, simply by adopting sannyas or retiring from fruitive activities, one at once becomes as good as Narayan. The Lord Krishna does not approve this principle. Without purification of heart, sannyas is simply a disturbance of the social order. On the other hand, if someone takes to the transcendental service of the Lord, even without discharging his prescribed duties, whatever he may be able to advance in the cause is accepted by the Lord. Buddhi Yoga. Swapam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahatobayat. Even a slight performance of such a principle enables one to overcome great difficulties. Sannyas. In the preparatory stage for devotional life, the Varnashram Dharma, sannyas is accepted at the very end of life. Because having gone through the other ashrams and having led a full life, it's expected there'll be some advancement that takes place, some purification by performing one's duties and just experiencing life and attempting to make the spiritual advancement under the guidance of a spiritual master. It's expected that at the age of 75, someone will have enough practical experience and have undergone enough purification, have had enough sense gratification that they're purified enough to take sannyas. But if someone prematurely,
yeah,
like
get a lot of
Arjuna
trouble.
was expressing, avoid duties, then it's a disturbance. But then Srila Prabhupada explains, but if they do want to take sannyas early, if they take it properly, because they're serving Krishna directly, then that's okay. Because we see Prabhupada gave sannyas to many, many of the young men with the
It's for
idea that,
preaching.
yes, they would serve
It's
directly.
for preaching.
Yeah.
But even then, yes, Srila Prabhupada gave sannyas to those who were wanting to preach, like,
It is a facility for preaching.
yes. But at one point, he was also disgusted because there were so many sannyasis falling down, and then he didn't want to give sannyas anymore. So I think it's to impress that it's not to be taken lightly, even though one wants to preach and dedicate to full-time preaching, shouldn't take it, whimsically. People should be very considering it properly if they are really prepared to go through that ashram. It's not, it's not a joke. It's not, oh, today I'm sannyas and I'm going to do it for so long as I like it. And when I don't like it anymore, then I give it up and then I get married again. Like some people have done like
Or
that.
Or it's a way to make a living and be a bachelor.
Yes, or yeah, or or get respect. That can also be a consideration. If I'm a sannyasi, I get respected by everyone. I get the best prashadam.
The
I get
big
the best
place.
facilities.
I have facilities all around the
So
world.
those are wrong reasons for taking sannyas. It should reflect I think it should reflect your inner consciousness and your mood of surrender.
You have to be at a certain level.
Yes, to be detached. The detachment should be there. Or sincere desire to become completely detached. Which, of course, by Krishna's mercy, you can become completely detached from.
Prabhupada mentions about this thing about the empirical philosophers. Take sannyas and now you're Narayan.
Narayan,
You're
yes.
as good as Narayan.
Right.
He says that's not,
Yes.
doesn't approve of that.
But that's the Mayavadi idea, the Ridra Narayan, they think they become as good as God.
Lord
And then,
Chaitanya's pastime with Prakasananda Saraswati and his disciples.
and then soon pride and arrogance come and smash everything.
Hare Krishna.
Radhe Radhe.
Text 5. Nahi kaschit shanamapi jatu tishtati akarmakri karyate yavasa karma sarva prakriti jaya gunai. Translation. All men are forced to act helplessly according to the impulses born of the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment.
So,
Hare Krishna. Free will means choosing what you're going to do. Am I going to surrender to Krishna or am I going to get swept away? Purport. It is not a question of embodied life, but it is the nature of the soul to be always active.
Nature of the soul is to be always active.
Which brings up that question about how can you stay in the Brahma Jyoti? Because it's the nature of the soul to be active.
Nature of the soul is to be active. And then you're going against the nature of the soul by being
frozen or something.
Yes. You choose to be inactive. You're going against the nature of the soul. So it's artificial.
So at some point, it's just not going to be.
You can't stand it. You won't be able to stand it anymore.
Huh.
It's just like you need to go to the bathroom and you're keeping it in.
Or Vishvamrita Muni is an example of the yogi who was artificially repressing his senses.
Right.
And then the distracted, but that's not Brahma Jyoti, but the idea is it was artificial.
The idea is how to understand it. Yeah, it's kind of
went against the nature.
Well, that answer is it is the nature of the soul is to be
those questions and we couldn't answer it, and then exactly it's the nature of the soul to be active.
So inaction is sinful. Inaction is sinful because it's going against the nature of the soul.
Haribol. Haribol. Hare Krishna.
So this is like saying is Upanishad, it says the killer of the soul, whoever he may be. So if you don't practice Krishna consciousness and you don't live as it's instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are defined as being sinful. So going against the nature of the soul, which is whose nature is to be active, if you're going to be inactive, that is seen as being sinful. Amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it's perfect. Wherever you connect with it, everything is there.
Yeah.
You touch this little end, oh, it's all there.
Yes.
Prabhupada says like a gingerbread cookie in the shape of a gingerbread man.
Yeah.
Wherever you bite in,
It's
gingerbread.
it's gingerbread. But that's our sugar cane, it's like Koshia Prabhupada compares the scriptures with with the sugar cane. Wherever you bite is sweet. It's not at the beginning or at the end. But also, of course, he recommends to start at the beginning and then rise up to the thing. But you can take anywhere and it's still sweet. So I think he gives that comparison in Srimad Bhagavatam that it doesn't matter where you read, everywhere is sweet, but he recommends going from the first canto rising up, just like seeing the deities starting from the feet rising up to their
You
lotus
get the full
face,
benefit. The full
so the
benefit.
10th canto is compared to the face of Krishna,
Mm.
and we start at the feet, which is like the first canto, gradually rising. See. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Purport, it is not a question of embodied life, but it is the nature of the soul to be always active. Without the presence of the spirit soul, the material body cannot move. The body is only a dead vehicle to be worked by the spirit soul, which is always active and cannot stop even for a moment. Which is always active, cannot stop even for a moment. As such, the spirit soul has to be engaged in the good work of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it will be engaged in occupations dictated by illusory energy. In contact with material energy, the spirit soul acquires material modes, and to purify the soul from such affinities, it is necessary to engage in the prescribed duties enjoined in the Shastras. But if the soul is engaged in his natural function of Krishna consciousness, whatever he is able to do is good for him. The Srimad Bhagavatam affirms this. Chakva tva, I'm just going to read the translation. Hare Krishna. If someone takes to Krishna consciousness, even though he may not follow the prescribed duties in the Shastras, nor execute the devotional service properly, and even though he may fall down from the standard, there is no loss or evil for him. But he carries out all the injunctions for purification in the Shastras. What does it avail him if he's not Krishna conscious?
Right.
Bhagavatam 1:5-17. So the purificatory process is necessary for reaching this point of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, sannyas or any purificatory process is to help reach the ultimate goal of becoming Krishna conscious, without which everything is considered a failure. Sannyas is purificatory process. For what? To reach the ultimate goal of becoming Krishna conscious.
Yeah. Yes. Means complete detachment. So
it's not an end in
material enjoyment.
It's not
an end in itself. It's not. I've become so advanced, so I take sannyas.
I heard, I don't know who said it. Somebody said Prabhupada said it, but I don't know if it's a Prabhupada said or what. But that
so many things.
If a sannyasi is attached to holding his danda, he has to come back to hold that danda again.
Yes.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Has to be detached.
Would you like to read?
If you want me, Mata.
Yes.
कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इन्द्रियार्थान् विमुधात्मा Midhyachara Sauchyate. One who restrains the senses and organs of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. Purport. There are many pretenders who refuse to work in Krishna consciousness but make a show of meditation, while actually dwelling within the mind upon sense enjoyment. Such pretenders may also speak on dry philosophy in order to bluff sophisticated followers, but according to this verse, they are the greatest cheaters. For sense enjoyment, one can act in any capacity of the social order, but if one follows the rules and regulations of his particular status, he can make gradual progress in purifying his existence. But he who makes a show of being a yogi while actually searching for the objects of sense gratification must be called the greatest cheater, even though he sometimes speaks of philosophy. His knowledge has no value because the effects of such a sinful man's knowledge are taken away by the illusory energy of the Lord. Such a pretender's mind is always impure, and therefore his show of yogic meditation has no value whatsoever. Yastva indriyani manasam niyamyarabhate arjuna karmendriyae karmayogam asakta visishyate. On the other hand, he who controls the senses by the mind and engages his active organs in works of devotion without attachment is by far superior. Purport. Instead of becoming a pseudo-transcendentalist for the sake of wanton living and sense enjoyment, it is far better to remain in one's own business and execute the purpose of life, which is to get free from material bondage and enter into the kingdom of God. The prime Swarthagati, or goal of self-interest, is to reach Vishnu. The whole institution of Varna and Ashram is designed to help us reach the goal of life. A householder can also reach this destination by regulated service in Krishna consciousness. For self-realization, one can live a controlled life as prescribed in the Shastras and continue carrying out his business without attachment, and in that way make progress. Such a sincere person who follows this method is far better situated than the false pretender who adopts showbottle spiritualism to cheat the innocent public. A sincere sweeper in the street is far better than the charlatan meditator who meditates only for the sake of making a living. नियतं कुरु कर्मत्वं कर्मज्यायो हि कर्मणा शरीरयात्रापि जते न प्रसिद्ध्येत कर्मणा. Perform your prescribed duty, for action is better than inaction. A man cannot even maintain his physical body without work. Purport. There are many pseudo-meditators who misrepresent themselves as belonging to high parentage, and great professional men who falsely pose that they have sacrificed everything for the sake of advancement in spiritual life. Lord Krishna did not want Arjuna to become a pretender, but that he perform his prescribed duties as set forth for Kshatriyas. Arjuna was a householder and a military general, and therefore it was better for him to remain as such and perform his religious duties as prescribed for the householder Kshatriya. Such activities gradually cleanse the heart of a mundane man and free him from material contamination. So-called renunciation for the purpose of maintenance is never approved by the Lord, nor by any religious scripture. After all, one has to maintain one's body and soul together by some work. Work should not be given up capriciously, without purification of materialistic propensities. Anyone who is in the material world is certainly possessed of the impure propensity for lording it over material nature, or in other words, for sense gratification. Such polluted propensities have to be cleared. Without doing so, through prescribed duties, one should never attempt to become a so-called transcendentalist, renouncing work and living at the cost of others. यज्ञार्थात् कर्मण्योऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तत् अर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसंगः समाचर. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work binds one to the material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain unattached and free from bondage. It's a beautiful verse. Purport. Since one has to work even for the simple maintenance of the body, the prescribed duties for a particular social position and quality are so made that purpose can be fulfilled. Yajna means Lord Vishnu or sacrificial performances. All sacrificial performances also are meant for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. The Vedas enjoin Yajna vai Vishnu. In other words, the same purpose is served whether one performs prescribed yajnas or directly serves Lord Vishnu. Krishna consciousness is therefore performance of yajna as it is prescribed in this verse. The Varnashram institution also aims at this for satisfying Lord Vishnu. Varnashram acharavata purushena para puman Vishnur aradhyate Vishnu Puran 388. Therefore, one has to work for the satisfaction of Vishnu. Any other work done in this material world will be a cause of bondage, for both good and evil work have their reactions, and any reactions binds the performer. Therefore, one has to work in Krishna consciousness to satisfy Krishna or Vishnu, and while performing such activities, one is in a liberated stage. This is the great art of doing work. And in the beginning, this process requires very expert guidance. One should therefore act very diligently under the expert guidance of a devotee of Lord Krishna, or under the direct instruction of Krishna himself, under whom Arjuna had the opportunity to work. Nothing should be performed for sense gratification, but everything should be done for the satisfaction of Krishna. This practice will not only save one from the reaction of work, but will also gradually elevate one to transcendental loving service of the Lord, which alone can raise one to the kingdom of God.
Yeah, this this working, everyone's working for someone. We're working for sense gratification, but it's also in relation to other people, because other people are very much a part of the sense gratification. So working for or we say everyone's serving someone or working for someone, so that Krishna has to be that someone that ultimately the person is working for. Because why does a man work so hard? Because he has a family.
Yes.
Or he has a girlfriend, or a lifestyle that includes other people that requires him to work. Not just to support himself, but also it's in relation to other people. So what Krishna's to switch that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, make the
It's not some
adjustment.
impersonal thing that people are doing to make money. It's not like an impersonal thing. It's they want the money. Why? For sense gratification. And what does their sense gratification mean? It means society, friendship, love,
Yes.
position, um, relationships, different types of relationships like that. That's what. That's where the sense gratification doesn't just come from having a pile of stuff like money in front of you. It comes
No.
from what the
No,
money.
it is
Yeah.
the ego, extended ego. It's not just you, it's just you and the whole family around it in the society. It's all part of the same ego. Yeah, it's extended ego to some, I think. I read somewhere the term. It's an extended egoism. And so it's not
Well,
just you.
a baby, like a baby, their sense gratification is my tongue, my nose, my mimi, because it's a baby.
Yeah,
But then it expands
right.
because the sense gratification means my family, my brothers and sisters, my father and mother. And then the senses are connected with that, eating together and living
Yes.
together and touching each other and
The
encouraging each
needs.
other in different ways. The interactions start to take place. And then it expands out, my country or whatever, like that.
Yeah.
Sense gratification.
Yes.
And then I get married
Exactly.
and then I have my family.
Yes. Extended. It extends.
Extending, yeah. As a baby, it's just me and the
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
It grows along with the body growing. The
Right.
other stuff grows too. It's like a weed. It just keeps growing.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're going from the first requirement of a living entity is in the material world is anamoya bhyasat, it wants food. And from anamoya bhyasat, we should go to anandamoya bhyasat, want ananda. And ananda is gained by serving Krishna only. So in between lies all these different
That's the only thing
needs.
that's missing. That's what's missing in the
Yes.
all these
And then,
other personalities are there and the senses are engaging, but the source,
yeah. But
the center of it
that's
is missing.
in them we get this false sense of ananda. So unless we turn to Krishna, real Ananda is not to be found. There is some happiness, but it's temporary, and it depends on so many different conditions. And usually, what we think is, like if we think it's all done out of love, but there is no love in this material world. It's only a reflection of love, because love can only be had with Krishna. So then it comes in the category of lust. We all lusting over all the things, of what we want, and we think
Yeah,
we are
because
looking
we're in the
ultimately for
position of Krishna.
satisfying our senses.
Everyone is in the position of Krishna.
Yes, because we want to enjoy.
I'm the
So,
center of it all. And everyone's
yes,
thinking like that and they're all
yeah,
clashing.
yes, and egos clashing because everyone wants to be the supreme. Everyone wants to be center.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
It's very funny actually when you think about it. It's kind of embarrassing as well, that we kind of have manufactured ourselves into such a position, that in which we think we are the center of.
We have no consciousness of Krishna. We're not aware of
You
Krishna.
know.
That's
Yeah, but we are fortunate because we are woken up by Srila Prabhupada.
yeah, that comes
When we
from the pure
started to,
devotee.
yes, and we thinking, oh my God, is that has been going on for all these countless lives that has kept me in this material world, being so deeply in ignorance. We had no clue. We're living and we're just going from one body to the next. And then suddenly, I don't, what great, what pious activity or what great fortune it was to come in contact, just come in contact with, Srila Prabhupada personally and meet through his books and be awoken. It's like Lord Chaitanya said, wake up, so long you've been sleeping on the lap of the witch called Maya.
Deep
So
dive.
this is like, so waking up. We're waking up and we're thinking, what's happening really?
Actually, I have no recollection of anything. You know, the understanding is, been here practically forever in the material situation. I have no recollection of any of it.
No, because we forget all the previous lives we have. If we would remember, I think we wouldn't be able to live either.
Be very
So,
noisy.
so Krishna is very
You think
merciful.
you're
When,
distracted now. What if you had all that memory?
yes, you could go completely crazy.
Um,
So some people who have some memories, if they are capable of dealing with it in
hmm,
very special situations, like some of the people like even have their material capabilities carried forward from a previous life. It's like some kids are like just born at a very tender age, they can just play like musical instruments like
Mozart, like Mozart.
Mozart. Yes, so there are certain people that do carry certain talents and things forward in another life, but they are rare.
Hmm,
I think if all people would have all the memories, we couldn't be able to
hmm,
take it. Certain instincts are there, we have, and they are given by Krishna, allowed to have. Again, we know how, as soon as a child is born, he knows that he has to look for food.
hmm,
He knows exactly where the food is, and knows how to suck it. So where does it come from? Where did a baby? Where did it learn? That if he has to suck, and that will so that's the way to get the food in.
hmm,
No one told the baby that's what you have to do. It knows. It's like an instinct in there.
hmm,
So where's the instinct coming from is something that you have known from previously.
hmm. Hare
Must
Krishna.
be, isn't it?
Hare Krishna.
Well, that's like, how, it's an interesting question. How does a baby know?
Well,
Krishna,
the material body is always in material consciousness is always conducted like a machine. The
yeah,
modes of material nature, everyone's being maintained. It's like almost mechanical. Modes of nature,
yes.
yantra rudani maya. So it's a machine. It's
Yeah, but how you can make it function according to its need.
mhm,
It's like pre-programmed. I mean, like scientists, they say, no, everything is there in the DNA, you know.
mhm,
But who made the DNA? Who created it. So
mhm,
the creator is very smart to put all that information in like the automaticated system. But Prabhupada gives that it's such a body is such a clever machine, and it's so clever that it can reproduce itself. It says that in Srimad Bhagavatam, the first canto. Like people, they have this, they have to create, like scientists, they create the machines and they have to reproduce, make them all individually. They can, like they have to make the same thing over and over again. They have like a blueprint, they have the mold,
assembly line. Yeah, the
right,
assembly.
or the assembly line, but they have to make it. They don't have a machine that can reproduce itself.
Yeah, but they're working on it.
Okay. Yes, they will do it sometime. The post dated check, yes. But but bodies are doing that already. They are perfectly reproducing themselves.
Mm,
So Krishna has that is the highest technology, I would think. It's like,
mm.
isn't it amazing how a body can
It's Krishna's
perfect?
energy. It's Krishna's energy. Works like
Yes,
his energy works. About the instinct, when you were
yes.
describing about the infant knowing how to
How to suck?
make the milk. Um, That's humans, but if I was thinking about, the other
Animals
creatures,
too.
how do
Yes.
they know how to
Yes.
do
Correct.
anything? How do they know how to do
So
anything? Who told
yes.
them? Who taught
Who
them?
told them?
They go to.
Yes.
Who taught the bird to fly? Who
Yeah.
taught the
Who taught them to fly?
yeah, who taught the
Or,
fish to
or the
swim?
fish in the water knows how to swim. We have to take our
Who
kids
taught
and
the mosquito to bite? Yeah.
yeah, they have to learn to go to and learn to swim. But a bird, it's like
Hmm.
it knows immediately how to swim.
Hmm.
It's like, so Krishna, they are provided with that much intelligence and knowledge in order to survive.
Hmm. Yeah, it goes along with it's like a package deal.
Yes, it's a package.
Hmm.
All those things are like preset,
Hmm.
preset. They born with it.
Hmm.
We are born with it.
Hmm. Hare Krishna.
Amazing, yeah, when you think about it. We don't even, think about it really. So take it everything for granted. Actually, it's all there. Your
Is
phone,
that you or me?
your phone.
Oh, Hare Krishna. Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
Yes, I can put the.
I get a lot of wrong numbers.
Oh, okay.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
what's the time that you can we can read still a little bit further? I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just have to take like a couple minute break, but yeah, I'm sorry. I
You
need
have
to do
wanted
something
today.
about this.
Yes.
I don't even know how it works.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure it's just the wrong number. Excuse me 1 minute. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Not to worry.
You want to sing or chant or something?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The commentary by Srila Prabhupada on the Sikshastaka. Um, Lord Chaitanya gave us 8 stanzas of his mission, what he wanted to do. They are explained in 8 stanzas and they are known as Sikshastaka. Shiksha means instruction and Ashtaka means 8. So in 8 stanzas he had finished his instruction, and his next disciples, the 6 Goswamis, have explained them in volumes of books. So Lord Chaitanya says the subject is Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glories to the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra or Krishna Sankirtan movement. All glories, all victory. How it is victory, all victory? That he explains that Cheto Darpanamarjanam. If you chant this Hare Krishna mantra, then the dirty things which have accumulated in your heart due to material contamination will be cleared off. It is part of the commentary of Srila Prabhupada on the Sikshastaka prayers. Mataji is back, so we're going to resume the Gita reading. Verse 10, chapter 3, verse 10. सह यज्ञ प्रजा सृष्ट्वा पूर्वाचो प्रजापति अनेना प्रसविष्य ध्वम् एष वोस्त्व इस्तकामधुक्. Translation. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, be thou happy by this yajna sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you all desirable things. Purport. The material creation by the Lord of creatures, Vishnu, is a chance offered to the conditioned souls to come back home, back to Godhead. All living entities within the material creation are conditioned by material nature because of their forgetfulness of their relationship to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Vedic principles are to help us understand this eternal relation as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Vedascha sarvairaham eva vidya. The Lord says that the purpose of the Vedas is to understand Him. In the Vedic hymns it is said, Patim Vishwasyat Meshwaram. Therefore, the Lord of the living entities is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also, Srila Sukadeva Goswami describes the Lord as Pati in so many ways. श्रियपतिर यज्ञपति प्रजापतिर धियांपतिर लोकपतिर धरापति पतिर्गतिश्चांदक वृष्णि सात्वताम प्रसिद्धता में भगवान सताम पति. Bhagavatam 2:4-20. The Prajapati is Lord Vishnu, and he is the Lord of all living creatures, all worlds and all beauties, and the protector of everyone. The Lord created this material world for the conditioned souls to learn how to perform yajnas, sacrifice for the satisfaction of Vishnu, so that while in the material world they can live very comfortably without anxiety. Then after finishing the present material body, they can enter into the kingdom of God. That is the whole program for the conditioned soul. By performance of yajna, the conditioned souls gradually become Krishna conscious and become godly in all respects. In this age of Kali, the Sankirtan Yajna, the chanting of the names of God, is recommended by the Vedic scriptures, and this transcendental system was introduced by Lord Chaitanya for the deliverance of all men in this age. Sankirtan Yajna and Krishna consciousness go well together. Lord Krishna in his devotional form as Lord Chaitanya is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam as follows, with special reference to the Sankirtan Yajna. Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam Sangopashtraparthadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Hi Sumedasa. In this age of Kali, People who are endowed with sufficient intelligence will worship the Lord, who is accompanied by his associates, by performing of Sankirtan Yajna, Bhagavatam 11.5.29. Other yajnas prescribed in the Vedic literatures are not easy to perform in this age of Kali, but the Sankirtan Yajna is easy and sublime for all purposes. So it was a nice choice to go for the Sikshastika. The Lord Chaitanya, Lord Srila Prabhupada mentions Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan Yajna in this chapter, in this verse.
Confirmed. Confirmed.
Confirmed. Yes, confirmation. Right track. Devan bhavayat danena tadeva bhavayantu vaham parasparam bhavayanta sreyaparam avapsyatam. The demigods, being pleased by sacrifices, will also please you. Thus, nourishing one another, there will reign general prosperity for all. Purport: the demigods are empowered administrators of material affairs. The supply of air, light, water, and all other benedictions for maintaining the body and soul of every living entity are entrusted to the demigods, who are innumerable assistants in different parts of the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Their pleasures and displeasures are dependent on the performance of yajnas by the human beings. Some of the yajnas are meant to satisfy particular demigods, but even in so doing, Lord Vishnu is worshipped in all yajnas as the chief beneficiary. It is stated also in Bhagavad Gita that Krishna himself is the beneficiary of all kinds of yajnas, bhoktaram yajnatapasam. Therefore, ultimate satisfaction of the Jagyapati is the chief purpose of all yajnas. When these yajnas are perfectly performed, naturally the demigods in charge of the different departments of supply are pleased, and there is no scarcity in the supply of natural products. Performance of yajnas has many side benefits, ultimately leading to liberation from the material bondage. By performance of yajnas, all activities become purified, as it is stated in the Vedas. Ahara sudhau sattva sudhi sattva sudhau dhruva smrti smrti labhe sarvagrantinam vipramoksha. As it will be explained in the following verse, by performance of yajna, one's eatables become sanctified, and by eating sanctified foodstuffs, one's very existence becomes purified. By the purification of existence, finer tissues in the memory become sanctified. And when memory is sanctified, one can think of the path of liberation. And all these combined together lead to Krishna consciousness, the great necessity of present day society.
That progression is interesting progression there.
Yes. So even from worshipping the demigods, you can rise up to Krishna consciousness. Because if you do it, the people will worship demigods with the understanding that ultimately it is Lord Vishnu who is the beneficiary. So at some point, the intelligence become purified. Then you think, why not worship the beneficiary himself?
Yeah.
Istan bhogan hivo deva dasyante yajna bhavita tairdatan apradayabhyo yabhungte sthena evasam. Translation: in charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yajna, supply all necessities to men. But he who enjoys these gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. Purport: the demigods are authorized supplying agents on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. Therefore, they must be satisfied by the performance of prescribed yajnas. In the Vedas, there are different kinds of yajnas prescribed for different kinds of demigods, but all are ultimately offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For one who cannot understand what the Personality of Godhead is, sacrifice to the demigods is recommended. According to the different material qualities of the persons concerned, different types of yajnas are recommended in the Vedas. Worship of different demigods is also on the same basis, namely, according to different qualities. For example, the meat eaters are recommended to worship the goddess Kali, the ghastly form of the material nature, and before the goddess, the sacrifice of animals is recommended. But for those who are in the mode of goodness, the transcendental worship of Vishnu is recommended. But ultimately, all yajnas are meant for gradual promotion to the transcendental position. For ordinary men, at least 5 yajnas known as Pancha Mahayajna are necessary. One should know, however, that all the necessities of life that the human society requires are supplied by the demigod agents of the Lord. No one can manufacture anything. Take, for example, all the eatables of human society. These eatables include grains, fruit, vegetables, milk, sugar, etc., for the persons in the mode of goodness, and also eatables for the non-vegetarians like meats, etc., none of which can be manufactured by man. Then again, take for example heat, light, water, air, etc., which are also necessities of life. None of them can be manufactured by the human society. Without the Supreme Lord, there can be no profuse sunlight, moonlight, rainfall, breeze, etc., without which no one can live. Obviously, our life is dependent on supplies from the Lord. Even for our manufacturing enterprises, we require so many raw materials like metal, sulfur, mercury, manganese, and so many essentials, all of which are supplied by the agents of the Lord with the purpose that we should make proper use of them to keep ourselves fit and healthy for the purpose of self realization, leading to the ultimate goal of life, namely liberation from the material struggle for existence. The aim of life is attained by performance of yajnas. If we forget the purpose of human life and simply take supplies from the agents of the Lord for sense gratification and become more and more entangled in material existence, which is not the purpose of creation, certainly we become thieves, and therefore we are punished by the laws of material nature. A society of thieves can never be happy because they have no aim in life. The gross materialist thieves have no ultimate goal of life. They are simply directed to sense gratification, nor do they have knowledge of how to perform yajna. Lord Chaitanya, however, inaugurated the easiest performance of yajna, namely the Sankirtan yajna, which can be performed by anyone in the world who accepts the principles of Krishna consciousness.
Wow.
I had a question popping. I had something popping up in my mind when I was reading this. What was it again? I lost it. It will come back.
Something about the meats and the diets, maybe?
Oh, yes, I came. Oh, like meats. Srila Prabhupada says, the eat we cannot manufacture. They cannot be manufactured by man. You know, these eatables, grain, fruits, vegetables, milk, sugars, etc. So I was late. There was some time back. I saw this program in which they had like they had like made meat. They had created meat in the laboratory. They had taken like some meat and then put it in a feeding medium. I don't know what they use for it, like some liquid or something, sugar water. I don't know what it was. Where they got it from, and they made this meat grow, and it was a big thing. And they made like a burger out of this fabricated piece of meat, whatever they call it, meat. And there was like they made a burger out of it, which is like sold for 200,000 euros or something. It was a big achievement of the scientists. So they were thinking like they wouldn't have to kill like the animals, just take like a piece of their flesh and make it grow, and then they can make that food for people. So they thought it was very clever because they can sell that meat without saying that it is meat that you can eat, because they didn't have to kill any animals for it.
To what lengths will they go?
Yes, just to satisfy the tongue.
But they're thinking to make money because they
Yes.
know there's a big
Yes.
movement now, a backlash
That
for
don't
vegetarian.
want.
So they want to get the vegetarians eating their meat now.
Yes.
You don't have to be a vegetarian, and we'll make money on this. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's demoniac.
Oh.
It's actually demoniac. They have they use their demoniac intelligence to fabricate this kind of
for
food
money.
stuff.
Everything is for money. It's all for money.
Yes.
It's all.
So they can exactly. So people create this big laboratories, to artificially create.
See, we're not hurting the animals.
No, they're only pinching a little bit of. They're taking little drops of meat.
But why don't they just?
Why don't they manufacture it from scratch?
Why don't they grow some beans and rice and stop all of this?
Because it's not satisfying their tongue.
Yeah.
Is the taste, you see? So there's, according to the modes, people have their taste.
The modes, they're captured by the modes.
Yeah. Yes. So they are. So here it says, for example, the meat eaters are recommended to worship Lord Goddess Kali, and so that is from people who are in the mode of ignorance. So we can conclude from that, I think, quite safely, that people are so attached to eating meat, they are predominating by the mode of ignorance.
So
they come out.
Solution is to come up through the modes,
Yes,
and then
so their eating is completely in the mode of ignorance.
Yeah, it can't be changed.
But on the other hand, Krishna says, Yagya sista sina santo muchyante sarva kilvisai bhunjate tva agam papa yapachanti atma karanat. On the devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment fairly eat only sin. So anything that is not offered to Krishna is not prasadam, is unfit to be eaten, and actually it is sin. The eating only sin.
Yeah.
That means any food that we eat that is not offerable to Krishna is sin. We may even cook vegetarian foodstuffs, like I was thinking, I was having this realization. Like Indian people, they can eat they can eat vegetarian, but they become like very attached to of cooking with onion and garlic.
Oh, please, why do they do that?
Which is not, and that makes the food unfit to be offered to Krishna on account of that. Yes. So it's such a pity. It's such a pity that
close, but so far away.
So close and yet so far. Yes, that little step, that little switch.
Because it's for sense gratification.
Yeah, because it's So it is for sense gratification. They cooking it primarily for themselves. So to offer it to Krishna, they would have to leave the onion and garlic, and then they don't like the taste without the onion and the garlic. So that's the switch that many of pious Indians still have to make. They have to kind of come to the realization that unless I give up these onions and garlic, I'm going for primarily for my own satisfaction and not for Krishna's.
There's a Christian group, the Adventists.
The Seventh Adventist Church, and
they're very careful. It's vegetarian, no eggs, no fish, very, very good like that. And their consciousness is that God doesn't want them to eat those things. So it's still what God wants them to eat. It's not the idea of preparing an offering to. It's still we're still the main thing about the eating. It's still all about our eating. And so they are close, but not quite. Also, make that connection. Yeah.
So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the devotee of the Supreme Lord, or the person who are in Krishna consciousness, are called santas, and they are always in love with the Lord, as it is described in the Brahma Samhita. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hidayesu vilokayanti. The santas, being always in a compact of love with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, the giver of all pleasures, or Mukunda, the giver of liberation, or Krishna, the all-attractive person, cannot accept anything without first offering it to the Supreme Person. Therefore, such devotees always perform yagyas in different modes of devotional service, such as Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, etc. And these performances of yagyas keep them always aloof from all kinds of contamination of sinful association in the material world. Others who prepare food for self or sense gratification are not only thieves, but are also the eaters of all kinds of sins. How can a person be happy if he is both a thief and sinful? It is not possible. Therefore, in order for people to become happy in all respects, they must be taught to perform the easy process of Sankirtan Yajna in full Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, there can be no peace or happiness in the world.
How does that tie in? How does Prabhupada go from offering food to Sankirtan Yajna? Because this whole purport, he's talking about offering food and sinful. And then and then he said, in order for people to get on.
Right. Because if you're going to perform the Sankirtan Yajna,
excuse me,
which can be performed by anyone. So the chanting of the Hare Krishna purifies the consciousness. I think that's how you can, if you're going to chant, then you're going to, if you need to start the purification somewhere. So Sravanam, by hearing the chanting, that's the first thing. People cannot be forced to chant, but they can, unless they cover their ears. And when devotees chant, they are kind of, forced to hear. And by hearing, they become purified.
Well, maybe it'll get cleared up later on.
Yes, it's a question. How it's exactly happens.
Threw that in, and now we have it. He's going to have to talk about it a little bit.
Anyway, he said, in order for people to become happy in all respects, they must be taught to perform the easy process of Sankirtan Yajna in full Krishna consciousness. So maybe you have read already, Mataji, or remember reading what
Well,
Prabhupada
the
said in later
Kirtan
chapters.
is very much connected with prasadam. It's very much connected with
Like the
prasadam
Sankita movement.
because the tongue is the two functions to chant
Yes.
and to vibrate and to taste. So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
it would be
But
really
Jagya,
difficult to have
but
Sankirtan
also
without prasadam.
somewhere, I think somewhere Prabhupada says Jagya is not complete without the distribution of food. So that is why also in the Sankirtan and Jagya, we are like also called kitchen religion because we distribute prasad.
Mm-hmm.
So and then the song we sing, Sarira Vidya Jal, this also there in these two functions, right, of the
Mm-hmm.
tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So we take prasad and we chant Hare Krishna.
In the beginning, I remember reading and hearing how there wasn't elaborate facilities for cooking puris and laddus and for
Right.
distributing.
Yeah.
But after a lecture, Prabhupada would have an apple or something like that, and he would
Okay.
cut
Yeah.
it into little pieces just
And
so some prasad
yes,
give it
because
out.
that's the thing is no yajna is complete without the offering of food. So prasad distribution is part of the yajna.
Chaitanya Mangala, that comes out in the pastime
Yes. So
with
that's
Lord Shiva and Parvati.
okay. Yes. Yes,
And
because all yajnas also even in karma count, when they perform karma count functions, the function is not complete without the offering and distribution of food.
very much a
So,
part of the Sankirtan movement.
yes.
Very much a part. In Parvati, because she didn't get the remnants of Lord Vishnu's, the pastime?
Wait a minute. Yes, wait a minute. Was it Lakshmi Devi? Only Lakshmi Devi get the remnants of
Narada Muni wanted
Narada Muni wanted
prasad.
yes,
And
prasad.
so he was a little sneaky about it.
Yes. So
Yeah.
Lakshmi Mata said, what was it? She was not. Um, I forgot what was said about it in the memory.
He made an effort to get the prasadam
Yeah.
by serving Lakshmi Devi very faithfully for 12 years.
So
And then he was pleased. He said,
Lakshmi Devi asked for advice to Lord Vishnu, and then she said,
Lakshmi Devi
yes,
was
she
a
didn't know
difficult
what to do.
spot because she said to Narada, "Oh, you're serving so nicely. What would you like? I'll give you something." Here's
And he
Lakshmi
wanted
Devi.
some prasad,
You want some money? What do you want? He
Mahaprasad.
said, "Oh, I can't give you that. The Lord told me,
Yes,
no, nobody, just you, Lakshmi, nobody else."
yeah.
But she'd already promised because she said, "I'll give you what you want." So she was stuck. So she approached Lord Vishnu with her problem. And so the Lord gave that solution. Well, when I'm not looking, then you
Yeah.
take it.
And I'm not looking.
So Narada took the prasad. He was,
Blissed out.
he immediately zapped with all kinds of Hare Krishna. And he went to visit Lord Shiva to spread the good news about the Sankirtan movement, which was what his actual mission was. And told him what happened because he looked so glowing. He was what's going on? Why do you? They're brothers, right? Why do you look like that? And what's going on? He said, "I got the prasad. You did, and you didn't give any to me." He started to get angry. Oh, wait a minute. He had like this little bit
Little
stuck
bit.
somewhere. He didn't wash up properly or something. And he gave it to, and then Lord Shiva, became
Became all ecstatic.
totally alive. And he almost destroyed the whole universe. He was dancing so much. And then Parvati came and said, "Oh, my dear husband, what's come over you? You have to stop dancing like this. Everyone's complaining. All the demigods are upset. The whole universe is going to shatter. You have to stop." So, why did you break my ecstasy? Because you're destroying the universe. Oh. And so she says, "Why? What's come over you? You always sing and dance, but why like this today?" Narada he got the prasadam and he gave a little to me, and she got angry. What?
I didn't get any.
I didn't get any. Oh, I thought I'm more intimate with you than anyone. How could you not get? So it's unbelievable what Shiva said. He said, actually, you don't qualify to get it. He said like that.
Really?
You're not qualified to get that. She became so angry. She took a vow that when the Lord appears as Lord Chaitanya, everyone in the whole universe will get Mahaprasadam because I now know what it's like not to have any. And
oh my God! So we got to thank Mother Parvati that we.
Yeah, it's because of Mother Parvati's experience with not being able to get prasadam. What she experienced was so horrible. And she said, "No one's going to go through this. When he appears, Lord Chaitanya appears, everyone." Yeah,
everyone is going to get Mahaprasad of Lord
So
Vishnu.
when the plates come out of Jagannath Puri off the altar, there's a little room, Goddess Durga's room. The plates are transferred there in her room, so that
she gets Mahaprasad,
and she gets to keep and she gets to keep her vow, what she vowed, because it goes through her.
Through her. Yeah. Wow, amazing story.
Yes. Ooh. So the prasadam is very much a part of the Sankirtan movement.
Yes. Yes. So they're linked. Prasadam is linked. It's not just chanting. Dancing and chanting and feasting.
Hare Krishna.
Going back to Godhead, do us by dancing, chanting, and feasting. Chanting, dancing, and feasting.
Krishna.
Mahaprasadi Govinda.
Yeah, that's right. Because you're saying how I love prasadam so much. So you're right on. Right there. Me, I'm not eating anything. I just
fasting.
I find a coconut on the ground. So because the coconuts grow here, I got a coconut. Or there's some. I have papaya trees. I have papayas. And I put the seeds in the ground. Now I've got 8 papaya trees.
Oh, so you have papayas to eat?
100 papayas on it. So how many papayas?
Wow. So you don't cook, Mataji? You eat only.
When you're alone.
Yes.
It's not. What am I going to do? Go and get the ghee and the pakoras and the So my offerings are very simple. It's just usually some fruit and and I soak chickpeas overnight. And then I make a little rice, and that's the offering. Also, I'm older, how your body doesn't.
I have to get into I have to become more strict with myself.
No, not yet. Not yet. Because you have.
I have to, Mata, because I have a liver condition. So Krishna is forcing me that I have to, it's good. I enjoyed all these years, very opulent prasad. It's time for a little tapasya in that way. I'm building down. I want to get into a diet of
it happens naturally.
Yes.
It's a natural thing.
Just boiled vegetables for some time.
It won't be artificial. It's natural.
No, but anyway, I can do a little bit like that too. I still have the taste of all the prasadam. I know.
I'm allergic to everything. I can't eat wheat. I can't have milk.
Okay, that makes it a bit. Then you're forced to. Krishna's forcing.
So it's not always.
Yes, Krishna always makes an arrangement, so you can be. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to perform the tapasya. So Krishna makes it necessary like that.
But what happens is, like for me, is that I relish just as much the simple prasadam because it's prasadam.
Yes. I love fruit as well.
It's prasadam. Yeah.
Prasadam is prasadam.
It's Krishna's mercy. So
and
I'm fine. Yeah, I don't feel.
I get sidetracked talking.
Prasadam. Yeah.
Prasadam.
Well, you know what? It's getting time to wind down.
Yes, I think we can stop here, Mataji.
2.5 hours.
14. Yes. Is that like a
moment? This is like a moment. Like we just started, It's like,
well, when I read, I can carry on. It's just I love going on reading. It's something that I was doing quite young. Actually, that's how I developed my reading Hindi. because my grandmother, she's not there, she's not living anymore. But my maternal grandmother, she loved to me to read what's called it's Prem Sagar. Actually, it's called Prem Sagar, but it's the same as Krishna book. And she would just love me reading it to her.
Grandmothers, aren't they
Nothing else.
wonderful?
I was just like reading the Hindi to her without myself understanding it.
Grandmothers do such a wonderful service.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
Hare
So
Krishna.
uh,
Yes. Hare
yes,
Krishna.
thanks to my grandmother, she gave me the
It makes
opportunity.
sense now when you think about the
Yes,
Vrindavan Leela,
she
that
got me.
Purnamasi is the one making the arrangements.
Yes.
She's the
So
grandmother.
my grandmother, she got me into reading Krishna book in Hindi to her, and like there's
Hare Krishna.
little drops of those nectarian messages entered the ear, just like
You know,
vibrating it like a parrot. I was like just reading, without having much understanding of what it really was.
but you were getting something.
I
Yeah.
was getting some. I
He was
was like,
giving you
I was
something.
feeling, yeah, I was feeling nice just
He was
reading
giving
it.
you something. It's funny. It reminded me, my grandmother, they're from Russia. They're meat eaters. They don't, they're not devotees. I mean, they tend to be pious meat eaters.
Yes,
They're
yeah,
pious. They're
yes.
not,
Not
doing
gross.
sinful things. Yeah, they're not like gross sinful stuff, but they're just, you know,
Yes, the average, the
she,
average karmi.
yeah, pretty much. When she passed away, I was pretty close with her also because grandmothers are like that. They
Yes, you get a
kind of just
yes.
ooze on the grandchildren. And she didn't leave much, and whatever she left, some of the other family members immediately scooped in. You know how it is.
Yes.
So the only thing my mother could really salvage out of what had been left was a watch and a little piece of paper, two pieces of paper in my grandmother's writing. That was all my mother got from her own mother, and she was
Mhm.
the only child. So everybody else was like the sisters and the brothers, and they
Yeah.
never mind, we won't go there.
Yeah, all material.
But this piece of paper, and one of them was a poem about unrequited love.
Wow.
When April shakes out her rain-drenched hair, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm not there, and it was like the mood of separation. And the other piece of paper was a verse from Bhagavad Gita.
Amazing.
Yeah, the verse, "It's better to do one's own duty than to do another."
Yes. Wow, so she
And
had
she
read
signed it.
Bhagavad
And she
Gita.
signed it that Krishna had said it. She wrote Krishna.
Amazing.
The only two
See?
things she left.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hare Krishna.
There was somewhere there. Seed was there.
I couldn't say grandma, so I used to just call her Nama.
Nama.
And when I would see her, I would say, "Hi, Nama."
Nama, yes. Nama.
So we don't know how these things are working.
Yeah,
I've always
Nama,
kind of scratched
Nama.
my head on that one a lot.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was just amazing actually because today only I was thinking of my grandmother and because I was telling her, when I became afterwards when I became devotee, I was saying, my grandma, I call her Nani. And I said, Nani, you have to think of Krishna, and because at the time of death, it's very important that we remember
Oh, you
Krishna.
were saying that
I
now.
was saying that to her, and
Uh,
she said to me, "You think I don't think of Krishna?" He
ah,
said, "You think how did I go through my whole life but if I wasn't thinking about Krishna?"
Hare
And you would never see her like, really like being busy doing puja or anything like that or chanting or whatever. But when she would sit, she would think, like she would
remember.
listen to like stories of Krishna and she would remember, yes. And she was that's the I think the but because and then I was thinking she was in fact we couldn't see it, but she was a very devotional person because just before she had to leave her body, my mother arrived there just to visit her. And my mother happened to take, Ganga water for her, tulsi leaves, and prasad.
Mm.
And my mother was the one who made her chant. just before she left her body.
Mm.
Isn't that amazing? And then my mother is, and I was thinking, yes, she was, Krishna made sure that she got all these opportunities. It was like she took prasad and she uttered the names of Krishna, and then she left her body.
Mm.
It was like not someone that you would see and think, oh, yeah, she was like not like a devotee. You wouldn't see her like she's a practicing devotee. But
Yeah,
somehow that it was deep
um,
in her.
it's hard to know who's a devotee and who isn't a
Yes,
devotee just by seeing external
exactly.
sometimes.
Yes. And she
Yeah.
was like, she had 11 kids and she was always like busy with the kids and the grandchildren. But she had one thing,
Is attracted to the pastimes of the Lord.
yes.
Like to
And
hear.
so then she was like, she would hear. Anyone would talk about Krishna, God, she would hear attentively and she would treasure that. And then so
That's
that was
actually
her.
a very high stage if somebody's attracted to the pastimes of the Lord.
Yes. And that's
More
all
like
she did.
spontaneous. It's more like
She
spontaneous.
wasn't reading herself because she couldn't read.
Fine.
So if someone was narrating, she would listen and she would treasure
Spontaneously
that.
attracted to the pastimes.
Yeah.
It's spontaneous attraction.
Yes. So it was like amazing. And my grandfather was the opposite. He was like always reciting and he was like a pandit and he had all the books and everything. And he kind of died quite suddenly. So we don't even know what circumstances he died.
Mm.
And he was like he was even like he was lying in the house after you've only found his body after 3 days. And I
Oh,
was thinking, what a difference in difference in how they left their body.
mm.
Like there was my grandfather and he was like very religiously every day doing his puja and everything, reading the scriptures. But we are not sure in what circumstances he left his body. And
Mm.
then his body is having to lie there for days without even being discovered that he had left.
Well, actually, it's hard to tell from that because
Yes,
from
yes,
we're reading I was reading in the Bhagavatam about Dhritarashtra and how he was reading with Bhavini, that section.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Prabhupada explains that when somebody like Dhritarashtra was advised to go where no one knew where he was,
yeah, yeah.
leave
In
his body
in
like that without
solitude.
any of the family members
Yeah, but
knowing.
that my grandfather, actually, that was more or less like his wish. He was like a very kind of detached type of person.
The only
He
thing is
didn't.
Dhritarashtra didn't achieve
Yeah,
personal realization. He achieved
no.
Ramajyoti.
Yes, the liberation. But
Yeah.
I think, I mean, if you would comparatively, like I don't know, I would rather die like my grandmother, having someone there to remind me of Krishna, and not like my grandfather completely on his own. I'm not sure if he did manage to remember or not.
Hare Krishna.
It's uncertain. But of my grandmother, I know,
Sometimes if the devotee can't remember, Krishna remembers.
Yes. Yeah, but the thing is, we have to sincerely. But I'm not sure. I said if we kind of, if we sincerely practice Krishna consciousness, and in the hour of death we are not able to remember Krishna, then He remembers us. Lord
Remembers. Yeah.
Chaitanya completes for us where we lack. So our only hope, we can endeavor our best.
I
And
think we all think about it, like
yes,
when I leave, how can I plan for that? Because I want to remember Krishna when I leave, but we don't know.
we don't know. We are dependent on the mercy of Krishna.
Don't know at all.
So.
So I just take it moment by moment. And right now, how am I doing for remembering Krishna?
Yes.
I just do like that right up
You're just
until the last
practicing.
moment. I'll be okay. No matter where I find
Yeah.
myself.
Well, hopefully Krishna will not forget us.
Oh my goodness.
And yes, we practice remembering Him
And every
always.
moment. Yeah.
At
And
every
then when the
moment.
final moment comes, we're still practicing. So
Yes, if we're practicing, and if we forget, hopefully Krishna will remember us.
Hare Krishna.
So not. What can we do? We have tried our best. We can't do anymore. And
I'm
then,
so forgetful, I forget from moment to moment. I have to
same with
continue.
me.
expose myself somehow or other to Krishna. I forget from moment to moment. I forget.
Myself too. I forget everything. It's like I have this probably one friend, I have a priest friend, and he always tells me the stories. And then he asked me last time, "You remember that story?" No, I forgot. It's like you forget everything. And I'm sorry. I try to remember, but it's like there's so much in there.
Yeah, but you know what? I was appreciating the forgetfulness. Because then when I remember, it's
like new again.
all over again. It's like reading Krishna for the first time all over again.
Yeah, in
Like
one
reading
sense.
Bhagavad Gita verses. I've read them so many
that's why you
times,
should be
but
reading
it's like
them
all
again.
new, it's like someone, when people get Alzheimer's, they're like, they ask the same question over and over and over, very sincerely. Can't remember, they just asked it. But each time it's a new experience.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes. So, it's amazing. That's but the thing is, even then, being an Alzheimer can't be bad if you remember Krishna. If you know Krishna and you remember him every time, every time you do remember, it must
that's
be
another funny little thing with my mother. She had Alzheimer's.
Okay.
It was like 90
But
years
probably she didn't forget Krishna.
20 years she suffered with it, and it gradually deteriorated. Like, my father took care of her. He was the sole caregiver right up until she was 90 years old.
Wow.
He became a saint, by the way, by doing that. But she couldn't speak. She couldn't understand languages. She lost that ability. But when I would chant to her Hare Krishna, she would remember the mantra like that.
Wow.
And she hadn't really practiced very much,
No.
I gave her
just see, Krishna made her forget everything else and just remember the Maha Mantra.
But she was just mumbling and everything. I'd go, Hare Krishna, and she'd go, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And she
that's great.
Exposure. I mean, she told me that sometimes when she was working, when she was younger, if the office got a little too crazy for her, she'd go outside in the back, near the back door, and she'd chant Hare Krishna, and just to
calm down.
Yeah.
But great. So she remembered Maha Mantra.
Hare Krishna.
Well, if we get Alzheimer and we remember Maha Mantra, then it's fine.
So we're practicing. Yes.
It is practice.
Hare Krishna.
That's all we can do, practicing chanting Hare Krishna. Take any opportunity to continue the practice.
When Krishna is pleased, he reveals things. We read that from Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yes.
Pleased, he reveals more about himself.
Yeah, that was nice that you found that verse. Confirmation. So that was another fruitful day for me.
Right. Yes. Now,
managed to take some time out to discuss Krishna, speak about Krishna, hear about Krishna.
Yeah.
Any day not spent discussing Krishna is like lost. So today is not a lost day.
And Prabhupada is our guide.
Yes. Eternal guide.
Yes. Internal
and well-wisher. Internal.
Internal, external.
Ever well-wisher. Ever well-wisher, Srila Prabhupada is our well-wisher. Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to stop the broadcast.